Good morning, my dear students. Today we would like to discuss computation of annual value in different cases. Broadly, from these slides, it is very clear. House property or relating out of house property can be divided into three categories. House property may be used for self-occupation, that is on use. The next one, that is let out. Let out means occupying to another tenant. The next deemed to be let out. These are all the three cases we have commonly. First one self-occupied, and second one let out, and third one deemed to be let out. Then this let out as can let out when we are letting out an house property. There are two situations. And a house which is fully let out, fully let out. Then next one, that is partly let out. There are two kinds of partly let out. Part of the building may be let out. Suppose we have 1,000 square feet building. We are letting out to the 500 square feet, and we are self-occupying the rest portion. Okay, that is the portion. That is the concept. The next part of the period. That means suppose we have a building which is letting out for 6 months, and the rest 6 months we are used for self-occupation. So these are all the cases we have. Then see one by one in our next classes. What are the procedure we are followed for calculating income from house property in these different situations. We will complete all these situations one by one. Okay. Then next important concept we have, that is arrears of rent received. We are already discussed in our previous classes what is meant by arrear of salary. Here section 25B of the Income Tax Act discuss the concept of arrears of rent, and what is the formalities of receiving this arrear rent. If an assessee receives arrears of rent which had not been charged to the income tax earlier period, it is chargeable to the tax as the income from house property of the previous year in which the amount received. In this case, an important point that you have to bear in mind: suppose we are receiving any amount as arrear of rent, the assessee can claim 30% standard deduction from the arrear of the rent so received during the previous year. Okay, we can claim 30% straight away on this amount. Whenever we are receiving any arrear rent, we can claim 30% of standard deduction. Okay. The next one, deductions, various deductions from the annual value. Some deductions we are discussed in our salary section 16. Here also the same deductions we have. See, first one, that is a standard deduction. Standard deduction means 30% of the annual value. We are discussed in our salary class also. There is also another standard deduction, that is 50,000. Here 30% of annual value. We are discussed how to calculate annual value. This deduction is allowed from the annual value to cover the expenses in connection with the income. Okay, that is the standard deduction. Next important deduction, that is interest on capital borrowed for the property. Suppose we are constructing this property by using capital which is borrowed from financial institutions. We have to pay interest on it. So we can claim this interest on capital as the deductions. It may be for renovation or to purchase this land, whatever it is, we can claim it as a deduction. Interest on capital borrowed for the purchase, constructions, reconstruction, repair or renovation, etc. But only one thing, that is the deduction shall be subject to the condition. One condition, that is current two types of deduction as far as interest rate is concerned. That is current year interest. Current year interest we have current year interest, and pre-construction period interest. Pre-construction period, there are two portion of interest. We have these two situations we may face. First one, current year interest, and second one, pre-construction period interest. Current year interest is very simple. Deduction can be claimed for the interest on loan taken for the purchase, construction, reconstruction, repair and renovation of the property from the annual value. Deduction is allowed only on due or accrual basis. Okay. But the thing is that following expenses are not deductible, that is interest on unpaid interest, brokerage commission, etc. for raising this loan, then interest payable outside India. These three things that you have to bear in mind. It cannot be claimed as a deductions. we can claim current year deductions. How much amount we have paid as an interest on loan during the current period can be claimed as deduction. That is a current year interest. Then important thing that you have to please listen: pre-construction period interest. What is meant by pre-construction period and what is the interest of this pre-construction period? Along with the current year interest, capital borrowed, and assessee can claim deduction for pre-construction period interest in 5 equal installment commencing from the previous year in which house has been constructed. Is you very important point. Whatever may be the pre-construction period interest can be claimed as a deduction as 5 equal installments. Whenever we are starting or commencing letting out, from this we can claim this deduction. What deduction? Whatever may be the interest on pre-construction period can be claimed as 5 equal installment. That is 20% can be claimed 1 year, and the rest that next 20% can be claimed next year, and next 20% next year, and the consecutive years for the 5 years. Pre-construction period starts on the date of beginning of the construction of the property and ends with the 31st March immediately prior to the date of completion of the construction. Okay, that is called pre-construction period. Pre-construction period that starts with the date of beginning of the construction of the property and ends with the 31st March immediately prior to the completion of the construction. Okay, then in short we can say that current year interest an assessee can claim two things: current year interest due or paid up borrowed on capital plus means two important things. Then 20% of the construction pre-construction period interest. Construction period interest here means pre-construction period interest. That 20% means 1/5, that is 5 equal installment, on portion 5 equal installments. Okay, that's all about today's discussion. Let us conclude by these words. Thank you.